Hi. In this session, we are going to look at future dated payments. In the previous sessions, we saw prepayment for an invoice, quick payments, automatic payments, electronic payments. In electronic payments, we got an issue where we couldn't do that due to an error, which will be working later. I don't want to stop the sessions because of some issues. So now I'm moving on to future dated payments. Future dated payments are like we'll be creating some invoices now for future dates, and we'll be making those invoices will be matured in the future dates, right? We'll create an invoice today and it will be matured in the future date, maybe after 10 days. And when we run the when we can do the payment only after 10 days. So if we create, let's look at normal invoice. We can create an invoice now, and we can make a payment for it now, and it go and hits the um, liability account, and then like debits liability account and credits the cash clearing account. But this is not the case with the future dated payments. Let's say if you take an invoice and if you create it today, and if you give the maturity date for that invoice as a future date, right? Then even if you run the payment process, it will not hit the cash clearing account. It will hit the future payment account. And when actually that date comes in, we need to run a different program, and then it hits the cash clearing account. These are like bills to be paid in the future. I have noted down the steps that we need to do for us. This will be going to be our material for us to revise uh, when you are when you want to see what are all the topics that we learned and how to do that. We'll be creating a payment method for bills payable, assign the payment method to a bank account at business unit level, create a quick payment with payment method that we created in the step 1. Enter the maturity date in the payment screen under Bills Payable. Submit the update matured bills payable status. Create accounting for the payment and we'll view the accounting. So we'll go step by step. Let's create a payment method. In the interest of time, I have already created a payment method. So we will review the payment method that we have created. If you see, this is Austin Bills Payable is the name of the payment method. And under the usage rules, this is enabled for payables, receivables, and cash management. In addition to that, it is enabled for bills payable as well. Okay. If you don't give the maturity date, then it will take 10 days as the maturity date. So we are going to use this payment method when we are making the payment. The next step is assigning this payment method to the bank account. So in my payment, I'm going to use the existing bank account. This is the account I'm going to use, and my I'm going to create the invoice under US1 business event. So for this bank account under US1 business event, let us see if that payment method has been added. If you see payment method, we have added Austin bills payable and payment document category has check payments. We have completed the first two steps. The third step is before we make a payment, we are going to create an invoice and then we will do the payment. So I'm going to create the invoice under US1 business unit. Supplier is Staples. So I'll give invoice number as 7001 for 200. So the since we need to see till the payment and maturity date level, I'll create the invoice for the past date. I'll create the invoice for 1st July and terms date also 1st July so that we can execute the cycle. I'm taking some distribution sets so that we don't need to create the distributions again. Yeah, it needs revalidation. there is a tax applied on top of the invoice line that we created. So let's adjust the invoice header amount. Now I'm going to account this. It's approved. I'm posting it to GL. Now invoice has been accounted. Let us view the accounting details. So it has debited the item expense and credited the liability. And there are other taxes as well applied on top of it, and they will be credited under liability. Now we'll create payment for this invoice. And the payment date, we created invoice for 1st July. We will make payment date as 15th July. Disbursement effect account is both Bank of America 20. This is payment method. We have created the payment method. I'll select a payment process profile, payment document, check stock. It created the invoice like payment number. If we go to advanced under bills payable, we have maturity date. This maturity date we will give June 15th. We created the invoice July 15th. Sorry. We created the invoice on July 1st, and we want to get it matured on July 15th, so that we can make a payment after July 15th. Now I'm making the payment on July 15th because it received the maturity date. I'm selecting the invoice, save and close. Payment 4055 has been created. Let us see the payment. Payment is issued. It is not reconciled in the cash management. Let us open the payment. Accounting. Let's see what will be the accounting. Yeah, if you see this is important, right? To understand, if you see the accounting event is payment created. Yeah, we have created the payment, that is the event which is generating this accounting, and it has debited the liability and credited the future dated payments account. So the thing that we need to understand here is, if it is a normal, if it is not a future dated invoice, if it is not a bills payable, then the credited account will be cash clearing account. But if you see, it has credited the future dated payments account. So the class is future dated payments account. So now we need to run another program so that it updates this status and it updates the actual accounting. Okay. So if you go back to our sheet, now we need to submit update matured bills payable status program. Let us go to scheduled programs, schedule process, schedule a new process. Maturity date will give July 15th, that is the mature date for our invoice. Submit. It submitted the program. Update matured bills payable. It is completed. Let us see the output. If we see the document, this is our payment number 4055 for amount 299 219. It has picked up that payment. Okay. Now let us go back to payments. Let us check the payment that we have created. Now if you see, payment status has been changed from issued to negotiable. Okay, so let us do the accounting for the payment now. Review accounting. Yeah, let us understand the accounting entries. When we created the payment, it debited the liability account and credited the future dated payments account class, right? When we submitted update future dated payments process, then it debited the future dated payments account and credited the cash clearing account. Yeah, that's it. We have completed feature dated payments process. Thank you.